From the preview with Virgil Ortiz and Massa, we had an idea. We knew that these fights were going to be short fights because of the power that's involved behind it. The power that these fighters possess. Like, I want to first call up to the podium a man who has devastating power with both hands. He put it all together tonight, and he did a wonderful job. Voy a traducir ahora. Primeramente, gracias a toda la gente, a todo el público, a la prensa, especialmente. Gracias por atendernos, gracias por el apoyo de estar aquí. Sin ustedes, obviamente, no es posible esta gran noche de boxeo. El Canelo Alvarez y Triple G nos brindaron una muy bonita pelea. Una pelea fuerte, una pelea cerrada y una pelea en donde no había ninguna duda que el Canelo Alvarez ganó. Ni una vez retrocedió, ni una vez boxeó, corrió, como todo el mundo estaba platicando de la primera pelea. Yo creo que esta noche de boxeo era sumamente importante para el deporte. Y como dije antes, Triple G y el Canelo nos brindaron una muy bonita pelea y obviamente estamos muy agradecidos que el público pudo ver una gran noche de boxeo. Primeramente les quiero presentar, I first want to call up to the podium this next gentleman who, like I said, has power, unbelievable power, and he backed up his talk. He put everything together, like I said before, and when he puts everything together, he's the whole package. He's unstoppable, and he proved it and he showed it tonight. So let me call up to the podium David Lemieux. David, congratulations, David.
Hello, thank you very much to everybody. It's always great fighting here in Vegas, especially at the T-Mobile Arena. The biggest fight of the year, you know, the Canelo-Golovkin rematch, to be able to be on the undercard. It's a great opportunity to be able to show what I can do. So, like I showed you guys tonight, what I could do against Gary O'Sullivan. Had to humble him, put him back in his place, and had to show that Lemieux is not just any middleweight. Lemieux is going to beat the middleweight. Big congratulations to Canelo, who fought an excellent fight tonight against Golovkin in the rematch. I thought it was a fair play that he won the fight. It was a great fight, and also is somebody I'm extremely interested in. So hopefully a fight against him in the near future. Hopefully the fans will demand it. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and extremely happy to be here. Thanks.
Let's open it up for some questions for David Lemieux, if anyone has questions that you might have for him. Anybody? Anybody? Here we go. Yes, yes.
For David, my English isn't very good. I mistake. You understand me. Do you ready for your next fight? Maybe it's with Canelo, or it's new in your mind now?
We couldn't really understand that. Was the question if he wants to fight Canelo, or yeah, would you want to fight Canelo?
Definitely. a big fight like Canelo is something I'm extremely interested in. I think it would be a great opportunity for me and to show the world what I got. So yes, definitely a yes. Oui.
Hi, David. Congratulations. Considering that you didn't get enough work in today, moving forward and prior to fighting with Canelo, are you looking at another fight to maybe get some rounds in? And considering that maybe a third fight with Canelo is a third fight between Canelo and Golovkin is an option, do you think a fight with Canelo is realistic?
If I think a fight with Canelo is realistic, of course I do. I think a fight with Canelo is very realistic, and a fight with Golovkin is also realistic. Depending, I'm interested in both fighters. I'm interested in the best fighters in the division, and you know, I believe I can beat them. So definitely yes. En français? Billy est encore très loin avant de se rendre à mon niveau, puis de se rendre au sommet. On s'entraîne dans le même gymnase avec le même coach. Comment? Non, on met pas les gars ensemble, mais on s'entraîne ensemble, mais c'est pas le même niveau.
Next, we have two more.
Sí, para Oscar de la Hoya. Oscar, ¿qué posibilidades hay de ver Canelo contra David Lemieux en diciembre en Nueva York? ¿Y qué tan posibilidades hay de que no sea en HBO esta pelea?
Sí, no, pues primeramente tenemos que analizar la situación. Canelo está cortado y no creo que vaya a ser posible de que él pelee en diciembre por la cortada. Pero no sabemos, eso lo van a decidir la comisión y los doctores. Y una pelea con David Lemieux es muy posible, muy posible para el próximo año. David Lemieux ha demostrado que es un retador campeón digno, ¿no? para pelear por el campeonato mundial, para pelear con un peleador como Canelo.
The question was, is there a possibility for Canelo to be facing Lemieux in December? Does that seem possible? Oscar basically answered and said, look, we have to analyze the situation first. We have to talk with his team. Obviously, there's a cut. We got to deal with the doctors, deal with the situation. But it's a potential fight, and he's a worthy contender, a dignified fighter who would be worthy for that opportunity.
David, Miguel Maravilla will fight you. You mentioned that you're interested in Canelo. You also mentioned Golovkin. Why would if you get a second fight with Golovkin, why would it be different this time?
Golovkin's not the same as when I fought him back in the days, and I'm not the same as back when I was 3 years back. So things have changed, and I think my chances in the near future are very positive compared to what they were in the past.
David, Keith Heideck from BoxingScene.com. Spike O'Sullivan obviously said a lot to you before the fight. What did he say to you after the fight, after you did that to him?
What is there to say? But you know what? It's a sport. I really don't like disrespect. I never disrespect any opponent when I fight them. I never trash talk them like this. With O'Sullivan, things got really nasty on social media and everything. I tried to keep it as clean and as composed as I could. I kept it in the ring, and I gave him everything I wanted to tell him. I gave it to him with my fists. So I guess I have humbled him. And after the fight, I shook his hand. I told him, good luck in your future. God bless you. And it's a sport is a sport. I don't want anything further.
We're done.
Thank you, David. Thank you very much. The next gentleman that I would like to call up to the podium made a huge statement today. He showed his relentless style. He showed the passion he has to get the people excited in the arena. He's a young fighter who he goes out there and tries to knock you out, and people love that, and that's why they love Jaime Munguia. Jaime Munguia. Can you translate that? Please? Okay. Let me. I'm sorry for this. Let me first call up to the podium the promoter of Jaime Munguia and our partner, Fernando Beltran, to say a few words and to introduce his fighter.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Golden Boy. It's a real pleasure to work with you guys. And I would like to thank Tecate, HBO, and everybody involved in this terrific night of boxing. And also, before I introduce my fighter, I would like to say something. We got here for one thing, to steal the night, and I think we did that. And I'm very happy because Munguia, every time he goes into the ring, he looks much better and better and better. And I think he's in the level of the main event, and hopefully soon you will see him against either Canelo or Triple G. So let me introduce to you the proud of Mexico, the proud of Tijuana, Jaime Munguia.
¿Qué tal? Buenas noches. Pues aquí estamos muy contentos de haber tenido una excelente pelea y de haber tenido todo ese apoyo y ese cariño de todo el público. Espero que les haya gustado mi actuación.
Tonight, I'm very happy that we had an exciting fight, an exciting night, and I hope that everyone enjoyed this fight.
Espero que haya sido de su agrado. Esperamos regresar muy pronto al ring. Y pues viva México.
We hope that you liked it, that we return to the ring soon, and long live Mexico. You want to open it for questions?
Jaime, Miguel Maravilla de Fight News. Aquí. Primera, felicidades en tu victoria.
Gracias.
Mencionaste que quieres regresar. Estás muy activo este año. ¿Qué es lo más pronto que quieres regresar?
You mentioned that you wanted to fight soon. You've been very active this year. How soon do you think you can come back?
Yo creo que antes de cerrar el año, tal vez en noviembre o diciembre.
Hopefully we can come back in November or December.
Next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, how you doing? Coach Anthony. Very beautiful performance tonight. I keep hearing that you guys want to fight maybe Canelo or Triple G. Do you think you're moving a little bit too fast? And how about maybe fighting somebody like David Lemieux who put on a good performance tonight?
Sí, claro que sí, me gustaría pelear con cualquiera de ellos, pero primero que nada me gustaría pelear con los que están en mi categoría en peso super welter.
I would like to fight with any one of those, but first of all, I want to fight people in my weight division, which is super welterweight, 154 pounds.
Congratulations, Munguia. I want to ask you, speaking of the fighters at 154, what about champions like Jared Hurd? Are there any other champions you want to fight at 154? And who's on your short list?
Sí, claro que sí, me encantaría pelear con los dos campeones que están en la 154, me gustaría unificar mi título.
Yes, I would love to fight any of the other two champions and unify my titles.
Jaime, felicidades por pues te felicitamos a Tijuana y te quiero preguntar una cosa. Te están comparando ya para dar una pelea más fuerte, pero estás acabando con los rivales muy rápido. ¿Tú crees que tu categoría sea más en peso mediano que en peso super welter de la manera que estás ganando?
Given the fact that the way you're winning, you're finishing your opponents very quickly, do you feel that you belong in middleweight instead of super welterweight?
Yo creo que por ahorita estoy bien en peso super welter. Últimamente he batallado un poquito para dar el peso, pero creo que cuidándome lo puedo dar. Tal vez dentro de un año mi cuerpo ya no me responda para dar la 154 y tenga que subir a la 160.
Right now, I'm fine at this weight. I struggled a little bit, but I think taking care of myself, doing things right, and pushing it to where my body can take it, I'll be at here for about a year and a half.
Last question? No more questions?
Canelo scored a victory today. You, Jaime Munguia, scored a victory today in what was a festive Mexican day. Describe how that was for you today.
Creo que viví el 15 de septiembre más feliz de mi vida. Creo que siempre fue un sueño para mí estar en una de estas carteleras, en una fecha tan importante para México. Para mí es un gran honor, una gran emoción estar aquí. Espero yo estar aquí el siguiente año, el próximo 15 de septiembre, para dar el grito de guerra.
It's a great honor for me to be fighting on these days that are very important for Mexican. Hopefully I can come back the next year so that they can shout the war of Mexico.
That's it.
Y que viva México. Gracias.
We're hearing about 10 minutes. They had to stitch up Canelo. Como 10 minutos más. You know what? Let me call up to the podium a man who needs no introduction. A man who needs no introduction in the middleweight division, and who I believe can sleep. Right? Can sleep tonight because his record wasn't shattered tonight. This man, I believe, will hold the middleweight, that middleweight legacy forever. And I'll tell you one thing, Triple G was close, but this next man, Bernard Hopkins, he knows the middleweight division. He can give you an insight on how both fighters did tonight and how they felt. So here is Bernard Hopkins. Bernard.
First off, I'd like to say to everybody, I hope they enjoyed the fight. It was action. You hear my voice. So I didn't wake up like this. It was an exciting night. But, you know, people always say records made to be broken and blah, 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 everybody go. But one thing that I kept reminding y'all back there is that I'm not going to get into this or that or who he fought with error. The man made 20 defenses. He deserved to be respected for that up to tonight. And what unique situation. I'm not going to be gloating. I'm not going to be boasting, and I'm not going to be doing none of that. Trust me, I won't. But what great position, because I believe in the bigger me than me, to not only be on the business side of history, but also on the athletic side of whether my record get broken or stays safe. So I thank Canelo tonight, along with a lot of other people, and I see some smiles, and they know what I mean by that. It's only being honest. And like I told Dan Raphael, who did an article on ESPN, I'm giving you a shout out in a commercial, that until it happened, is all talk. And whether he fought Joe or Billy or Bobby, it doesn't matter. He made 20 defenses. I salute him on that. But I have another way of making history without throwing a punch. I am part of the business side of a guy who is in position to set his own record by breaking mine, so I beat him really twice. That to me said that if y'all not paying attention to what we said years ago, the company, we want to continue to put the best fights in front of the fans who we respect. We might not agree to disagree all the time with people, opinion, but we want to match, and our fighters want to fight the best. That's important. Because we might want to do the fight, but if the fighter don't cooperate, then fight normally don't happen, don't get made. So tonight, to me, from my Philadelphia tri-state area, East Coast fan club, from DC all the way up the boot to before you get into Canada, was texting me, Bernard, that was a good fight. Bernard, that was an excellent fight. Bernard, this Golden Boy showed everyone, the promotional machine, that we want to continue to do this. And we only can celebrate really for not that long, because it's business as usual of doing what we said we're going to do. I'm just saying, proud to be involved on both ends. And you know what? Maybe somebody else come along. Maybe it might be Canelo who wants to break the record, and it's cool. And I would be in a difficult situation. I'd be like, hey, dude, but it is what it is. So it was a great effort. They both fought like gladiators. But Canelo showed me something tonight as a fighter, that know about the middleweight division, and know about styles, and know how you can learn from a loss and check the blocks that need to be checked and never make those mistakes again. One thing before I close, I've seen Canelo do when he needed to do it without getting completely exhausted and tired, and showed it in his body language. He held his ground. If you look at the tape tomorrow, next week, or whatever, Triple G kept coming. Then it was rounds when I seen Triple G try to box for the first time. I'm not saying he can't or he can, but I seen Triple G breathing and boxing for the first time in his career. I've seen it in fights. And so they told me that he knew mentally that he wasn't going to beat him at his normal game, and that his mind over strength and defeat you. So I'm glad to be in the position of record being tied, because I got there first, so I figure I'm one up still. Even though I can count 20 is 20, and then it's 40, right? But I believe I got there first. See, my thinking is like, Oscar, look, like I know it's 2-0, 2-0, but I was there first to be 2-0. So he's still second. Forget the number. But it makes it so good, and I can sleep at night because I ain't got to worry about none of this over there. Got some of my good friends that want to say, how do you feel? Did you sleep good at night? Yo, I'm going to sleep good at night, everybody. Dan, where you at? Oh, I see you, Dan. Can't miss you. Thank you. Thank you, because I can sleep at night, and I hope the same article is just as good as last week as this week. So that's my take on the middleweight division. It's in good hands with Canelo.
So next up, we hear Canelo-Golovkin will be coming to the press conference. So it's roughly about 5 minutes. He's dealing with with the stitching and the VADA testing and everything. So he will be here shortly.
So Triple G and his team should be out here in about 5 minutes. Then we'll kind of reconvene everything. I just wanted to thank Oscar, Eric, Bernard, everyone on the Golden Boy team. I think this was a tremendous promotion. It's a tremendous fight in the ring. Naturally, everyone on the Triple G side thought that he won, but we're not going to criticize the decision. Canelo fought a tremendous fight. We got to give him a lot of credit. Canelo did what he said he was going to do. He came forward, he brought the fight. We thought he made it a more exciting fight this time, and you got to give both these guys credit. So as soon as Gennady is done in the locker room, I understand he's just finishing up with some VADA testing, then he'll be out here along with the rest of his team.
Just for like 2 minutes. I gotta get something in my backpack.
While we're waiting, if you want to ask any questions of myself or Oscar, Bernard, we can field the questions until Triple G should be here in like 2 or 3 minutes.
Tom, I have a question for Bernard. Bernard, I got a question for you. Bernard, I wanted to ask you this. As a middleweight, I'm right here, Bernard, in the back. Okay. Canelo was criticized for running in the first fight. And now this time he stood in the center of the ring. So 2 questions. First of all, do you think that he tricked up Gennady because Gennady might have been expecting him to move this time compared to what he did the first time? Do you think that Canelo standing in the center of the ring made it difficult for Gennady tonight? And second, what do you think it says about Canelo that he was willing to stand and trade with a guy that most people were not willing to exchange punches with?
Well, the first one is Canelo stayed in the center of the ring because he knew he was faster. He knew he'd think quicker. See, faster and not thinking quicker doesn't really help you out at the end. Not only was his response to everything that Triple G was doing, and he beat him to the punch not because the age difference, that do play a little part, but it was speed. Then, as you mentioned, when he needed to hold his ground, that is Canelo, he held his ground and got hit with some shots, but he also withstand punches enough to make Triple G realize that he was getting tired. And everybody in this building, if they're honest with themselves, seeing him breathing extremely hard in the corner and even in the ring. He let it be noticed. Every time he backed up from Canelo, we knew he was tired. And so when you look at why Triple G realized that he had to save some gas before he stepped on the pedal all the way, then to be empty, he wanted to fight in spurts and come on to still a round. And that's when Canelo fought back, held his ground when he needed to, not because he was forced to. See, the first time he was forced to fight. Triple G was pushing him, continued to mentally put pressure to him. But this time was different because Triple G was coming forward and then he couldn't put the pressure because he didn't have the gas to do it. Here comes Triple G, I believe, right now.
Here comes Triple
G. Just a
y'all.
reminder, the replay.
Triple G coming to the stage, y'all.
The replay will be Saturday, 10:05 Eastern on Saturday. You can watch it live on, not live, but a replay on HBO.
DBN Live, y'all, press conference. Hit that like button. Triple G coming to the stage, guys.
Just want to bring to the stage Canelo-Golovkin, Abel Sanchez.
I appreciate everybody tuning in, man. Hit that like button if you like what we're doing over here. Triple G just hit the stage, guys.
Gennady and the entire team will hold their head high because, as I mentioned, we feel he's still the champion. We feel that he won the fight, but we respect the judge's decision. We thought the Nevada Athletic Commission did a very fair job in officiating the fight. And so we got to give a lot of credit to Canelo. As Abel says, Canelo fought the fight that he promised the fans that he would fight. The first fight was a great fight. This fight was a more entertaining fight. Two of the best fighters in their division, two of the best fighters in the sport, fighting at such a high level. Both guys were cut in the fight. It was a lot of action in the rounds. And like I said, nobody doesn't feel that Triple G is a champion right now. So with that, we can, Abel, you want to say a few words on your side, and then we can open it. And Gennady can say a few words, and we'll open it up for questions.
I think first of all, we have to congratulate Canelo. Two guys fought a great fight. They gave us all in the ring. Canelo is a champion today. He deserves it. He fought a great fight. Hopefully we can do this again. I think the judges had it, 2 points or 1 round apart. So it's obvious that these two guys can make for great fights. So hopefully they do it again.
So we can open it up to questions for Gennady, Abel, or myself. Michael? We'll do it here.
Was there something that Canelo was doing that threw off the potential for a Bobby attack? Is that something that you wanted to do tonight and you just couldn't get it done?
We can say a lot of things tonight, but first of all, I wanted to congratulate Canelo because he left this building as a champion. We can talk about a lot of things, but again, I want to congratulate Canelo. I want to congratulate Canelo. Well, I feel like I'm a champion, but he's also is a champion. So it was a fight of two champions tonight.
Question for Abel and Gennady. Canelo obviously fought a very different fight tonight. He stood in the middle of the ring. He traded more than he did the first time. How surprised were you by that? And how did that change the way you managed this fight?
Yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit that like button, guys. Live at the press conference. Canelo-Golovkin.
Well, I think I felt very comfortable. I think we controlled the fight, all the jabs, and even though he was not running this time, it doesn't mean that he was controlling the fight. We were controlling the fight.
No, you know what? I expected Canelo to come out and give us that type of fight. He was goaded into it. I said in many interviews that he had a chance to erase the issues that he had in May. I believe that he erased the issues that he had in May. What a great champion he is. He's the champion today. But that's the kind of fight that I expected. That's the kind of fight that the fans expected. And when I talked to Gennady all along this training camp, I explained to him that I thought that Canelo was going to stand and trade with him. So in the fight, I was trying to make Gennady have it, make it a fight instead of allowing Canelo to rest. I wanted him to fight more, but the fight was close enough that one round difference could have gone either way. I think the last round was the round that made the difference.
Gennady, Kazakhstan newspaper, Dialogue Jesu. Not for the journalists, not for the fans, not for the business, but answer this for yourself. Do you think you have will, strength, desire to prove, to do anything to prove that you're still champion, and what you're gonna do with that?
He don't know how to answer that. He don't know how to translate that.
Of course, as a fighter, as a boxer, I will continue to do my job. I will continue to work to prove that I'm the best.
I'm trying to ask a question, y'all, but I think
Hey, Gennady,
they're limited.
FightNights.com.
They're about to limit the questions to Golovkin.
The third fight does not come to fruition with you and Canelo. What is your plan going forward?
Couldn't hear the question.
All right, I'll try again. Hear that now? There we go, that's better. Gennady Ryan O'Hara, FightNights.com. I was asking if a third fight does not come to fruition between you and Canelo, what would your plan be going forward?
Okay, yes, of course, we would like to have a third fight. We would continue and negotiate about that. It will be great to have a third fight.
Dante with Dante's Boxing Nation. Golovkin, did he ever hurt you in the fight? Do you feel you ever hurt him, and how many times? Oh, one more, just. Okay.
Well, actually, I feel fine. I feel great. I have a very small cut when we body shower our head, but otherwise, I wasn't hurt. I feel fine.
Golovkin, we know you upset, get out of the ring because you thought you won the fight, but you lost. But tell me, why you will do different if, in case to win the fight? What do you think you will be different, do different to win?
What's going on here?
I'm just a fighter. I'm doing my job, and how to judge my performance, my work is not my job. You know, as a fighter, I'm just doing my job inside the ring.
What's going on, guys? DBN Live. Make sure you guys hit that like button.
My question for you is, Abel talked about how he said that he thought that Canelo would fight the way he did, that he would change from the last time. He would come forward more rather than counter the way he did so much in the first fight. What were your expectations? Did you agree with Abel that you thought he would fight you more standing right in front of you than he did last time? And what did you think when he did that as opposed to fight the way he did the last time?
We couldn't hear the question. Can you please repeat it louder, because it's...
Can you hear me now? I was wondering, he fought you countering the last time. This time he stood in front of you. Abel said that's what he thought that Canelo would do in this fight. I wanted to know from Gennady what his thoughts were when he saw that that's the style that he was fighting him, that he wasn't going to counter him the whole fight, that he was going to stand in the pocket and he was going to fight with him.
Well, as far as I'm concerned, yes, he was not running from me. He wasn't running around this fight. But that doesn't mean that he won this fight. And the scores do not really support that he won this fight.
We have time for one or two more for Gennady.
Yo, okay. Let me shoot you a text.
Que había peleado.
Oh, yeah, take it down.
Canelo hizo en esta pelea lo que había hecho en 40 peleas anteriores. Peleó como yo esperaba que peleara. ¿Por qué? Porque tenía esa presión de probarle a todos ustedes y al público que podía. Ganó la primera pelea excepcional ahora. Ahora es campeón. A ver si se puede hacer otra vez como dije, porque creo que el público merece la tercera.
Take a picture of that shirt. For sure. Right there, that's gonna be a logo right there. There you go. Kevin Kelly, y'all. Kevin Kelly, y'all. There you go. Crazy. I told him third one already. Yeah, yeah. What I think. So you picked Triple G, right? G never won the fight, right? These 2 points. You thought G won the fight? My eyes saw a draw. I thought it could have been a draw. Triple G was showing him too much respect in that first half. Showing too much respect, period, the fight. Yeah. Why was Triple G boxing? It was supposed to be a big drama show. You know, but the jab and the showed up on the inside was on point. Oh, it was definitely on point. You can't, but what's up, man? But the problem is,
I don't think he really demonstrated some super great Mexican boxing style. Yes, he was not running away from me or was running around this time, but it doesn't mean that he won this fight. He didn't do anything special.
Can't change him or tweak him.
One more from. Sorry. But most importantly, I would like to congratulate him with today's win.
Mark Wicker, one more. Thank you. Mark, go ahead.
Abel, could you address that question earlier about the body punching? Did you want him to go to the body?
He didn't punch the body.
Not.
Because he was so free. He was worried about the counter.
Why wasn't he able to?
But the problem is, it's very simple. It's something that G does that I told Tom. I commented
Abel, just want to see if you could address that earlier question about body punching.
He doesn't come back
Did you
to
want him to go to the body more than he did in the first fight? And if he did, why wasn't he able to
boxing basic. Every time I do a combo, jab.
Yeah, obviously we wanted him to do a lot of different things. I'm sure Chef and Eddie wanted Canelo to do a lot of different things, but when they're in the ring, they're going to do the things that they see available to them. Canelo fought the fight that he needed to fight today to win. The judges saw him win. That's what's important. I think we have to give credit to Canelo instead of trying to say what we didn't do.
They need a third fight.
He fought a great fight.
Usually when a fighter champions is a first loss, they're at a different place. To me, the business format, I told my manager, Tom, I don't like it anyway, because why do you give away stuff when you got the champion? How do you give something away? Negotiations got to be done different. Because look, think about
We
it.
appreciate all the support,
right?
but we can't
Shows
be
you have all the belts.
hypocritical and
He
stand
comes out
here and
first.
complain
He don't
about
have all
every
the belts.
decision we lose. Look, the
he
judges
comes out
were
first.
good judges. They saw the fight in Canelo's favor tonight. Maybe the next time they'll see it in our favor. But Canelo fought a great fight, man. You can't take that away from
You give
Canelo.
everything to the golden boy, that golden boy.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, guys.
Canelo fought a good fight. The problem was, he was going forward and G was going backwards. Boy. Because he's not used to fighters pushing him back. He's used to fighters backing up. Yeah. But the problem is,
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for everything. This great fight.
Preparation. He try to back him up.
Congrats, Canelo.
Going to the right or the left.
Today he's champion.
All right, man.
I come
I'll see you.
back.
Catch up with you. All right, you guys. DBN Live, post-fight press conference, Canelo Triple G2. Hit that like button. Hit that like button if you guys like what we're doing. Canelo Alvarez, he should be hitting the stage pretty soon, guys. Well, guys, Oscar De La Hoya, he had it right. I'm going to try to ask Oscar the question, but Oscar said to me about 3-4 years ago, Golovkin, he can't fight going back. And, you know, no fighter has really tried to back him up. We seen Willie Monroe attempt to do it. We seen Kell Brook try to do it, and Danny Garcia, he did it and Danny Jacobs, he did it in spurts. We seen Canelo do it the whole night. And we seen a complete different Gennady Golovkin tonight, at least in that first half. We seen Golovkin look extremely uncomfortable in the first half because he was getting backed up. He started to slow down. The body shots were wearing him down. But what really surprises me is Canelo Alvarez looked a lot smaller than Golovkin, and it was Canelo backing up the smaller man. What's going on, y'all? Once again, we're waiting for Canelo to hop on the stage, live over here at the press conference. Show your love and hit that like button, y'all. Yep.
Was he really backing him up, or was he looking to establish distance?
No, he was backing up. He was backing up, and he was slowing down. Golovkin doesn't look to establish distance when he's fighting against like the Dominic Wades, the Marco Antonio Rubios. The question is, why was he trying to establish distance and look back in this fight, back up in this fight? It was because Canelo was standing his ground with that high guard. You know, he was jabbing with him in the first half. And Golovkin is not comfortable with fighters trying to back him up. Golovkin is comfortable when fighters are on their back foot and constantly moving away from him. That's why his jab was so effective in the first fight, because Canelo was moving away from him. This time, Canelo stood in front of him. His jab wasn't as effective in the first half. But when he started to really move away from Canelo, that's when his jab was a little bit more effective because then Canelo had to track him down and he started running at the jabs. And Golovkin did use a good jab in the second half, though.
And that short uppercut.
Mm-hmm. The short uppercut. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I thought Golovkin was fight.
I thought I had it 7-5 for Canelo.
Oh, you had it 7-5.
Yeah. I mean, he closed. I thought Golovkin he started too late. You know, even Abel Sanchez told him he was losing the fight after round 6. So, and I think that's the reason why we've seen some urgency from Triple G. But like I said, any fighter that stands their ground with Golovkin is going to give Golovkin problems. Yeah, I mean, but I wouldn't even say on a decline, because he looked good in the second half. He looked good against Vanes Martirosyan. He's always on the decline.
That was 2 rounds, bro.
I know, but my point is, that was the same Golovkin we seen against Marco Antonio Rubio, against Dominic Wade. He always looks great. If you put him in there against Rubio right now, we're going to see the same Golovkin. You put him in there against better competition, we're going to see this Golovkin, because he respects his opponents more when he's fighting against better competition. But no matter how we look at it, that's unfortunate for Golovkin that as soon as he had tough competition, this is how he looks, whatever the excuse is. All right, guys, we over here at the post-fight press conference. Golovkin, he just left the stage. We're waiting for Canelo to hop on the stage right now, guys. He should be getting on the stage anytime now. And guys, I'm understanding, you know, when it comes to boxing, it's extremely political. You have fans that they have allegiance to their favorite fighters. And of course, it makes sense that, you know, you're going to have some fans say, oh, I thought Golovkin won, even if they really don't think that he won, because that makes them feel better. That's what this really comes down to. I mean, it was a close fight, but to suggest that it was a robbery is a hell of a stretch. There's no way that Golovkin can back up and at times even throw one punch at a time and you say that it was a robbery. A robbery would be if it was like 8 rounds to 4 or something the other way. This was nowhere close to a robbery, not if Golovkin fought that way, guys. Now, if Golovkin was the one that was fighting like Canelo, then you could say it was a robbery. You know, I told you guys in the first fight that I thought Golovkin won the fight. And then, you know, when I went back and watched it about 3 times, then I thought it could have went either way. But this was a complete different fight. This was, I mean, like I said, how does Gennady Golovkin allow a smaller Canelo Alvarez to back him up the entire night? Those body shots were taking a toll on Gennady Golovkin. And once again, it's unfortunate that Gennady Golovkin, once he steps up in competition, we no longer see big drama show. We no longer see quote unquote Mexican style. If we did see that style, it came from Canelo. It did not come from Gennady Golovkin tonight, guys. Canelo was taking good shots and coming right back. You know, when it comes to Golovkin, he'll throw a good shot, but then he'll be out of there. It was almost like he was trying to pull a Lomachenko up in there. He throws a good jab, and then he's hitting angles. But when you are the monster at 160, you don't throw one punch and try to hit an angle. He's not Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, man. Yeah, Canelo, you know, I heard a lot of, you know, people say before that Golovkin has this rock solid chin, but I think you would have to say Canelo has a rock solid chin, because once again, it's different when you get hit with a hard shot every once in a while. But when you get hit with a hard shot and you come right back.
Canelo is on his way now, so thank you for your patience. Gracias por su paciencia. Canelo ya está de camino.
Oh, all day, man. They in the comment section, you know, some people crying, but we got to tell the truth, man. We got to tell the truth. Yeah, but like I said, guys, understandable, you know, that makes you sleep better, you know, if you convince yourself. It's therapeutic for you guys to just say, oh, it was a robbery, you know, and Golovkin won. I mean, if you thought Golovkin won, that's fine. But to take it to the point once again where you're upset and you're emotional about it, it's not that serious. You should be upset with Golovkin for allowing the fight to be that close. You guys should be upset with Golovkin for backing up. You guys should be asking Golovkin how come he didn't fight Canelo the way he fought Dominic Wade, the way he fought Willie Monroe, the way he fought Marco Antonio Rubio. You guys should be upset with Golovkin. That's what it is. He was on the biggest stage. He had an opportunity to display big drama show. And we seen the boxing show tonight from Golovkin, and it didn't work out. Hey, y'all hit that like button. We over here live waiting for Canelo to hop on the stage. Yeah, man. I had it 7-5. Once again, it's funny how some of you guys are saying you thought it was a robbery. Even the guy you're defending, his own coach said that his fighter was losing after 6. So even the guy you guys are defending is disagreeing with you guys. Yeah, man, Abel Sanchez, he said after round 6 that they were losing the fight. And I mean, credit to Golovkin. Golovkin, he did rally back. He did try to close strong. So credit to Golovkin for that. But it was too late. It was too late. Canelo, I feel he knew it was more on the line. He knew he had more to lose, especially after the whole clenbuterol situation. And that motivated him, I truly believe. and we seen the best Canelo. This is why I never understood why so many people were saying Canelo had to box and stay on his toes. That was the reason why the first fight was so close and Canelo didn't do that good, because that's not how you fight Golovkin. Once again, if I get a chance to talk to Oscar, Oscar said it a long time ago, and I had always been saying the same thing. What you have to do with Golovkin is you have to back him up. You have to make him uncomfortable. Golovkin is comfortable with backing up fighters. That's when he's in his comfort zone. He's very uncomfortable if you're trying to back him up. And Oscar De La Hoya said this, he corroborated this like 3 years ago.
All right, guys, here he is, the unified WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine champion of the world, El Saúl Canelo Alvarez. Come on, let's give it up for Canelo. Let's give it up for Canelo, the champion, the unified champion.
Superstar, man.
Muchas gracias a todos. Primero quiero agradecer a todos, a toda la gente que siempre ha creído en mí, a toda la gente que ha estado apoyándome durante todo esto y pues en especial a mi equipo y a mi familia. Muchas gracias por todo su apoyo.
I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who's always believed in me. Thank you to everyone who's always supported me. And most of all, thank you to my team and my family. Thank you.
Y pues decir, estoy muy contento por la victoria de hoy. No fue fácil, pero gracias a Dios hicimos el trabajo que teníamos que hacer. Salimos con el objetivo que queríamos. Desgraciadamente no se logró un knockout, pero trabajamos para ganar, gracias a Dios.
Unfortunately, I did everything I did to complete my objective. Unfortunately, we didn't get the knockout, but thank God we walked away with the victory. I'm very happy with it because all the work that we did paid off in the ring. We're going to open it up for questions.
First question over.
No, también quiero, pues, ya lo he dicho muchas veces y quiero dar las gracias a mi equipo de trabajo, Eddie, Chepo, Reynoso, que siempre han estado conmigo desde los 13 años, de no saber nada, a llegar a estas dimensiones en el boxeo. Estoy muy orgulloso de estar con ellos, aparte de ser grandes entrenadores, son como una familia para mí.
I've said this time and time again before. I want to thank my trainers, Eddie and Chepo Reynoso. They've taken me from nothing since I was 13 years old to the highest levels in boxing. And more than trainers, they are my family.
Y yo sé que después de esto vamos a seguir avanzando, vamos a seguir aprendiendo, porque Eddie siempre se preocupa por aprender cosas nuevas, por enseñarme cosas nuevas. Y yo, como el primer día que llegué al gimnasio, le sigo haciendo caso y eso me ha servido para llegar a donde estoy.
And I know that together we will keep moving forward, we will keep learning, because what I like about Eddie is that he's worried about learning, and me, I'm just like when I got there my first day to the gym. I'm always listening to them and taking note of their lessons.
Muchas gracias Eddie, Chepo. Y ahora pues también ya se unió con nosotros Raúl Arriola, que ha estado ahí, es un gran miembro del equipo y una persona humilde, disciplinada también, y eso es lo que queremos en el equipo. Muchas gracias, Raúl.
Also, thank you to Raúl Arriola. He's been there from the very beginning and he's very disciplined, and that's what we need in our team. Thank you very much.
All right, first question over here.
Straight back, Canelo. Congratulations on your victory tonight. A heck of a fight. My question for you, Abel Sanchez accused you of running in the first fight. He didn't let it go all through the promotion. Tonight, you obviously did not, I didn't think you ran, but you obviously did not make a counter-punching strategy. You stood in front of him, you stood in the pocket, you fought with him. Can you talk about how you guys came up with that idea to do that for this fight? Did he goad you into it, or did you just decide, you know what, I'm going to go for it and I'm going to fight this man toe-to-toe?
Sí, no fue mi plan. Como lo dije, quería buscar el knockout. Desgraciadamente no llegó. Tenía un rival muy fuerte también enfrente de mí, pero eso es lo que salí a trabajar, ¿no? A buscar el knockout. Desgraciadamente no llegó, pero tuvimos la victoria.
It was my plan for the beginning. At first, I aimed for the knockout. Unfortunately, we didn't get the knockout, but I'm happy for the victory. It was my plan.
Next question.
Canelo, what was it like for you to not only win, but to win this way? I mean, a lot of us who've covered this sport have never seen Gennady-Golovkin back up. You had him back up in the middle rounds. And then, you made him very tired, too. He was reeling from his fatigue. So to do it that way, how proud are you of yourself? Basically, what was it like to win the way you did, where you had Gennady-Golovkin backing up and getting tired? This, unbeaten guy who had won 20 straight middleweight titles.
No, estoy satisfecho con el trabajo que hicimos hoy. Es el trabajo que teníamos planeado. Estoy satisfecho, muy contento con lo que hicimos hoy. Creo que eso fue lo que nos dio la victoria. Estuvimos analizando la pelea y creo que esa era la vía para poder ganar.
I'm satisfied with the victory. I'm satisfied with how we did it today. We were analyzing the fight, and that was very key into getting the victory tonight.
Canelo, can you just tell us, among all the victories that you've had in your career, how much this one means to you?
No, es muy importante para mí esta victoria, para mi carrera, para mi país. Es muy importante, estoy muy contento por eso, porque esto le va a dar mucho orgullo a mi país, ¿no? Y a mi historia en el boxeo también es algo increíble, así que estamos muy contentos.
Next question.
This is very important. This is a very important victory for me. This is a very important victory for my country, and I know this victory will give a lot of pride to my country, so I'm very happy.
Next question over here. Saúl.
Saúl, buenas noches. Dentro de las cosas que no le reconocen a los Reynoso es lo que hicieron con el Cholor Larios, que dejó por ahí el récord de 10 defensas para un jalisciense. Precisamente para tu legado, con lo bien dotada que se ve ahorita en la división de los medios, ¿te ves quedándote aquí este tiempo y buscando de entrada ese récord?
No se escuchó bien tu pregunta.
Te decía que dentro de lo que no le reconocen a los Reynosos el gran trabajo con el Choloro Larios, a quien tú lo viste, él todavía mantiene el récord de 10 defensas para un peleador jalisciense. ¿Te ves quedándote el suficiente tiempo en la división de los medios ahora que hay tan buenos peleadores como para intentar ir por esa marca, y más ahora que empezaste directamente como querías con el número 1 aquí?
Lo único que sí te puedo asegurar es que no pienso en la derrota y no quiero perder.
The question was if there is a record for the most title defenses by someone from Jalisco, Mexico. Do you think you'll be able to achieve that or go farther? He says, look, the only thing in my mind right now is the victory. That's all I can tell you.
I have a question for Eddie and Chepo. The strategy tonight, the different way that Canelo fought, can you just walk us through why there was such a significant shift in strategy from that fight to this one?
Sí, buenas noches. Sí, estuvimos estudiando mucho la pelea, y cuando tienes un boxeador que sabe hacer bastantes cosas, pues es fácil cambiar las estrategias.
Look, we were studying the fight a lot, and when you have a fighter who knows how to do a lot of things, there's a lot you can do and a lot you can change in the strategy for the fight.
Estuvimos trabajando en el gimnasio, que a Golovkin se le gana echándolo para atrás. Entonces, desde el primer round empezamos a trabajar en medio del ring y de empezarlo a echar para atrás, y fue la manera donde nosotros estuvimos más cómodos y fue como pudimos ganar la pelea.
We saw that the best way to defeat him is by making him go backward. So what we did is that we started from the center of the ring, slowly moving him back, and that's when we saw that we would be able to get to victory by moving him backward.
Esta vez no estuvimos trabajando las piernas, nada más una vez recurrimos a las cuerdas, entonces creo que fue lo que se practicó, dio resultado, y pues vamos a seguir aprendiendo.
We didn't work our legs that much, we didn't work on this one, we worked on everything else, and that was key for the victory. Dos preguntas más, por favor. Two more questions.
Aquí.
Jorge, mire, Saúl, en el
Oh, they
mundo
gonna
del boxeo
duck, they
es
gonna
el
duck
día
my question,
más
y'all. They
feliz
gonna
de
duck my
tu vida esta
question.
noche.
Is today the happiest day of your life?
Sí, es uno de los días más felices
I'm trying to get the mic right now,
de
y'all.
mi vida.
Yes, it's one of the happiest days of my life.
They said, oh, they gonna duck my question.
Buenas noches, Saúl, al centro atrás. Salvador Rodríguez de ESPN. Preguntarte, Saúl, ¿crees que ahora sí quedaron contentos con un triunfo a la mexicana? Ellos querían que pelearas a la mexicana y lo conseguiste hoy. ¿Y qué posibilidades hay de verte pelear en diciembre después de este ligero corte en el que sales esta noche?
Sí, bueno, vamos a platicar con el equipo, a ver qué es lo que hay, qué planes y pues mi idea es pelear en diciembre. Vamos a ver si podemos lograr eso.
The question was, do you see it possible for you to fight in December? He said that, we have to talk to my team. We have to figure things out. But the idea right now is to fight in December.
¿Fue un triunfo a la mexicana? ¿Fue un triunfo a la mexicana como quería ver?
¿Tú qué crees? Gracias, viva México. Sí, claro que sí.
Saúl, Eddie, los acusaron de que no se paraban, que corrían, y hoy me parece que te paraste siempre en el corazón del cuadrilátero y además en un tramo muy grande de la pelea, Eddie y Saúl llevaron a Canelo atrás. ¿Qué le dices a la gente que te decía que no te parabas?
In the first fight, Abel and others were saying that you didn't stay in the center of the ring, that you ran back, that you moved around the ring. What do you say to people now that you stayed in the center of the ring?
Prácticamente fui yo el que fui hacia el frente toda la pelea, ¿no? Y como lo dije y lo he dicho siempre en cada entrevista que me preguntan, puedo hacer muchas cosas arriba del cuadrilátero, puedo cambiar estrategias, puedo pelear de forma diferente y esta noche lo demostré y eso me enorgullece me enorgullece y más tener una esquina como la que tengo, ¿no? El trabajo que hizo con mi cortada creo que nunca lo he visto en ninguna otra esquina.
It was I who pushed him back. It was I who was the most aggressive. And more than anything, I'm also proud of the team that I have. They worked the cut very well. Who else could have a team like that?
Yeah, they ain't gonna let us ask the question. They ain't gonna let me ask the question, y'all.
Thank you very much, guys.
Gracias a todos.
Thank you, gracias, thank you very
Can
much.
you guys believe that? Nobody wanted to ask about Charlo or the winner of Saunders versus Andrade. Even though we know what the answer most likely would have been.
He won't fight Jamal.
Yeah.
In fact, no one asked him about being a close fighter.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of,
Everything was, no one thought you would fight in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, the same question over and over.
We know and he's happy.
I'd be happy too.
I wanted to ask a question about the clenbuterol.
The clenbuterol.
Yeah.
Jacob, the happiest day of his life?
Yes.
That's important to know.
I don't know.
I see somebody.
I don't know. I don't have kids, but I would think the day his daughter was born would have been the happiest day of his life. I'm just saying. I may be wrong.
Well, this is a pretty happy day, though. This is a pretty happy day. I don't know where it ranks, but it's a happy day. And I'll tell you guys right now. All right, let me try to go over here, y'all. Let me try to go over here. Like I said, it's amazing that not one single person wanted to ask the question. They got the microphone. Is Canelo going to give up the belt or fight his mandatory? We're gonna see what happens, y'all. I'm gonna try to see if I can get an interview with him. All right, y'all. I'm packing over here. I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in to the live stream. Hit that like button.